Marie Osmond was once seen as a symbol of hope in American entertainment, a young woman whose angelic voice and radiant smile captured the hearts of millions. As the only daughter among 9 children, she was celebrated as the shining jewel of the Osmond family, a national treasure whose charm seemed effortless. But behind that public light, there was a private life shaped by early loss, relentless expectations, and struggles no audience could witness. Her story is not one of perfection, but of survival, of a woman learning to navigate fame, heartbreak, and motherhood while enduring a life often fractured beyond repair. Childhood beyond childhood. Born in 1959, Marie's childhood was defined more by discipline than play. While other children ran freely, she spent hours beneath studio lights, performing and practicing beyond what any child should endure. Excellence in the Osmond household was expected, not rewarded, and love often felt conditional, tied to performance. One afternoon, watching children outside, she asked if she could join them. The answer, "No, you have work to do," stayed with her. That moment planted the seed for a lifelong struggle, the belief that love and worth were earned, not freely given. From then on, the child she might have been began quietly slipping away. A life-changing accident. At age 11, during a commercial shoot in Japan, a boat overturned, throwing Marie into open water. Alone, dehydrated, and burning under the sun, she faced a moment of absolute terror and helplessness. When she was rescued, her body blistered and trembling, there was no pause for recovery. She was sent back to work immediately, expected to smile and perform as if nothing had happened. That experience left an invisible scar, teaching her that survival meant pushing through pain without question. Though the world saw brightness, inside she was already learning to detach, to function without feeling, and to carry a burden that would shadow her for life. The cost of perfection. By her early teens, Marie's life was dominated by expectations of beauty and control. Standing beside other celebrities like Jaclyn Smith and Farrah Fawcett, she often felt inadequate, measured against impossible standards. At 15, she was instructed to lose weight or risk her career, despite already being 103 pounds. Fear replaced reason as she followed extreme regimens, reducing her body to 93 pounds through dangerous practices. These early battles with anorexia and bulimia were never public, yet they became a private war against herself. For Marie, it was never about appearance, it was about worth. Numbers replaced identity, and control became the only sense of safety she could hold. Love and early heartbreak. In the late 1970s, as her image filled television screens, Marie navigated the complexities of young love under the gaze of fame. Michael McDonald offered a gentle steadiness, a grounding presence in a world rarely stable, yet their connection remained unfinished. Andy Gibbs' warmth drew her in, shaped by pressures they both could not control. And then David Cassidy, whose shared orbit of celebrity seemed perfect from the outside, brought intensity that could not be sustained. These relationships taught her about connection and loss, about people who leave impressions without remaining. Through it all, she learned compassion, resilience, and the quiet acceptance that some bonds are fleeting yet formative. Marriage and motherhood. At 22, Marie married Steve Craig, believing she had finally found something real. For the first time, she imagined a life removed from constant observation, where love and family could provide grounding. The birth of their son was a promise of stability and rootedness. Yet the marriage ended in 1985, leaving her not only heartbroken but questioning her own ability to maintain love. She carried guilt and a sense of personal failure, mourning not just a relationship, but the collapse of an identity she had hoped would finally feel secure. Despite this, her need for connection and belief in love persisted, leading her to another chapter with Brian Blosel. Building a large family, Marie and Brian built a life together filled with 8 children and the outward image of stability. Yet beneath the surface, the weight of responsibilities, motherhood, career, and an emotionally distant marriage slowly eroded her energy. While they shared care and devotion, intimacy quietly waned, leaving Marie exhausted, yet determined to maintain appearances. Years of balancing demands and expectations created a heaviness that few could perceive. Despite challenges, her love for her children remained unwavering, serving as an anchor through heartbreak, uncertainty, and personal struggles. Even when her world seemed fragile, she continued to show up, prioritizing the people she cherished most. Grief and personal struggles. By 1999, after the birth of her seventh child, Marie faced a new profound challenge: the collapse of her physical and emotional energy. Exhaustion became relentless, her body and mind unresponsive to the simplest demands. This was more than fatigue. It was a deep, lingering weight that pervaded every aspect of her life. At times, she would leave her children in the care of others, unsure of what she sought or where she was heading. These moments reflected the limits of human endurance, showing the depth of strain that fame, motherhood, and personal loss can impose even on someone admired by millions. Survival behind the scenes. The public rarely saw Marie's private battles: a mother coping with loss, a daughter processing grief, a woman navigating mental and physical exhaustion. Beneath the glamour, she carried the scars of childhood pressures, dangerous dieting, failed relationships, and personal loss. Her story illustrates a truth about endurance. Survival often demands quiet resilience, a capacity to keep going even when joy and energy have been drained. The applause and smiles masked the fracture beneath, leaving audiences unaware of the costs behind the perfection they admired. Marie's life demonstrates the courage required to face a world that can be both adoring and indifferent. The weight of motherhood. Marie's identity was shaped by her love for her children, even as it was tested by grief and exhaustion. Losing her own son added a layer of heartbreak few could imagine, intensifying the ongoing pressures of life. Balancing personal pain with the needs of 8 children demanded strength few could comprehend. Her experiences reveal that even those admired most by the world carry burdens unseen, and that love, while powerful, does not make one immune to suffering. Marie's story becomes a testament to the human capacity for care, even in the face of profound personal loss. The lesson of her life. Marie Osmond's journey is not defined by flawless success or unbroken joy, but by resilience and survival. She endured a childhood of unrelenting expectations, battled eating disorders, navigated complex relationships, and experienced unimaginable loss. Through it all, she continued to perform, to love, and to show up for her family. Her life offers a lesson that strength is often quiet, that survival can coexist with pain, and that the human heart can keep making room for love even when life feels fractured. Her story resonates because it reflects the fragility and endurance inherent in all of us. Conclusion: endurance and compassion. Marie's story is a reminder that appearances often conceal profound struggle. Her radiant smile and public persona masked years of private pain, yet through it all, she continued to endure, to care, and to love. Her journey encourages reflection on our own lives, the grief we carry, the resilience we summon, and the ways we continue forward despite loss. By witnessing her story, we recognize the power of quiet endurance and the enduring need for compassion. Even in the face of unimaginable hardship, Marie Osmond's life shows that survival, love, and hope remain possible.